And welcome to the next installment of The Spotlight. And this time we are interviewing, as a lot of you were very vocal about on Twitter and in the comments of the video, we are interviewing JLK. Buddy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Doing well, mate.
They didn't scare you off with all those comments in the video, mate?
It was intimidating. It was intimidating.
Look,
It's
we're going to get into it, and there's going to be some things
yep,
that'll get brought up later that aren't really nice, but kudos to you
yeah,
for doing this, mate.
yep. No problem.
Well, you said you wanted to, resolve a lot of the queries and that people have, and
Yeah,
you thought about ways of doing it. We'll talk a bit more about that in the towards the end as well. But this
yep,
is going to be a chance for you to talk about everything that happened, and the effects that that's had on you. But before we do that, mate, there's going to be a lot of people watching this who are fans of yours, so we're still going to do the same old spotlight interview with you that we do with everyone. So let's start with some basics about you. How old are you, mate?
yep. I'm 18. I'm 18.
18 years? You're a young fella. I'm old enough to be your dad. My son is 18.
Really? Happy
Yes.
Father's Day. But, oh no, it's not. It's in the UK. It's
Now,
Father's Day at the moment.
Father's Day comes up in September for us, I think.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been
It's
dropping
Father's over
some
here.
strong hints of what I want for Father's Day. I'm chasing one of those
Yeah.
smokers for doing meat, and also a subscription to the Hot Ones hot sauce collection. I love fucking hot
Oh,
sauces, man.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mrs. doesn't like them too much. I fart a hell of a lot when I eat hot sauce. So
Yep.
obviously, I'm guessing, unless you were very active very early, you don't have any children. But have you got a missus?
No, 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 no. I do not.
You
As of now,
single
I do
ladies,
not.
big time YouTube entertainer.
Yeah. God,
um,
I would say that. Yeah.
what do you do other than YouTube? Do you have a job?
I actually, this is something I don't do as often now, but I do. I used to do filming. Um, my parents are in business, and they've
Yep.
always been with different companies. So I started filming them, kind of as a hobby, I guess.
Yep.
And I started. I mean, they started reaching out to me, and I kept on going back to them. But I don't really do it as often now. Um, but if that, yeah. So it's actually kind of full time YouTube at the moment.
So what, filming weddings or stuff like that?
Well, I mean, they'd have these training meetings, or if
Yep.
it's just interviews that they want, stuff like that.
Okay. And do you have any other hobbies outside of gaming?
Um, uh, I mean, like football, soccer. I enjoyed it. I do that as often as I
Did
can.
you call it soccer?
Um, well, for
Isn't that
you,
like a
just for
hangable
you,
offence in fucking England?
it is. It is. I should be saying that. I really should. Just for some viewers out there that don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Now, what is the origin of your name, JLK? I'm guessing the J is your first name?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's pretty boring. It's just my initials. It's my initials.
Mate, you don't get much
Um,
more boring than mine. Boydie.
yeah,
My surname's Boyd.
yeah. I heard yours is your last name, isn't it? Your birth year.
Yes.
We're boring. We're not very creative, are we?
Look, mate, I've seen some of your videos. You definitely got a creative. You just took the easy option when it came to your name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, who or what got you into gaming?
I think I've always so I used to play console, um, games like Halo, Halo Reach, kind of Call of Duty. I don't actually know what got me into it.
Yep.
I just started playing on the Xbox 360, and I was just playing these games, um, and I guess then eventually I got a PC, started playing on that. I don't actually know, remember what got me into it, but
Yep.
maybe friends at school or something.
And what's your favourite game of all time so far?
I mean, I've invested too many hours to say anything else than Day. I mean, it is Daisy. It's definitely Daisy.
Yep.
It's definitely up there. I think some other kind of looking back, maybe Halo. I really enjoyed Halo Reach, which
Halo
I found
Reach
out
was
was
a
coming to
great
PC.
fucking game.
It was. Really enjoyed that game. And yeah, because obviously it's coming to PC some point in the future.
Yeah. The
Um,
Master Chief Collection.
yes. So yeah. But yeah, no, definitely DayZ.
And your first PC, is that the unit you're using now?
No, no, I had like a HP. Terrible. Oh, such a terrible. That was like my first 1500 hours of DayZ
Yep.
was on this terrible PC. But this one I got I think 2 years ago. And I haven't really kind of improved on it since then.
Yep.
But yeah.
And what about your first console? What was that? The Xbox 360?
I think it might have been I think it was like you know the little Nintendos. I think it was that.
Okay.
But an actual big console with a controller. It was the Xbox 360. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't get the red ring of death, did you?
No, I don't actually ever remember getting that. I think I was.
Oh, you would remember if you got it. You would have been fucking
Really, yeah.
raging. You would have raged. Everyone I knew who had one and got the red ring of death, they raged about it. It was a
Really?
marketing nightmare
Got
for
lucky.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Editing.
I heard a lot. Yeah.
What recording software do you use?
I edit with Sony Vegas 13, Sony Vegas Pro 13.
Yep.
And I do the thumbnails with Photoshop.
Yep. And you record with Shadow Play, you mentioned before we started the interview.
Yeah. So I use Shadow Play.
Never thought about using OBS?
I'm planning to do that at some point in the future because I'm thinking of getting a second computer.
Yep.
Kind of the editing and stuff and recording. I think it's just my PC just not good enough to be able to play DayZ but also record.
Yeah.
I find that Shadow Play just takes up the least amount of frames.
So why did you start making videos yourself?
I've always, I think it's kind of been like somewhat of a dream kind of for me. I mean, ever since I started playing games, I mean, specifically DayZ actually, kind of making these videos, putting them online. I guess seeing all these bigger channels.
Yep.
Kind of motivated me to. I wanted to do the same as that. So. Yeah.
And what about streaming? You do stream occasionally?
Yes. Oh no. So recently, I've been live streaming, and that's actually what's taken me to like full-time income is the live streams. These these people donate and I do that. So I do it on YouTube at the moment, just because I know my whole fan base is there. So
yep.
Yeah. So I stream 5 days a week on my YouTube channel.
Yep. I see you do have a Twitch channel as well, but you've decided.
I do. Yeah, I used to stream. I think I'd find it because I spoke to Baby Nades actually recently. I reached out to him, asked him, and he's because he's obviously moved to Twitch.
Yes.
And I find at the moment it's just something that I've always said. It's like building up a channel again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's kind of I've built up this YouTube channel, and here I'm moving over to Twitch, and it's like I'm almost starting all over again. But ultimately, I think Twitch is such much better platform.
Yeah.
But I
definitely
in the
agree.
future, I'm definitely planning on moving to Twitch at some point in the future.
Yeah. What would you say is your best video you've ever made?
I would say I think I've got to look. I know there's one. I think I mean the one I did the best it's ever done was the best base locations.
Yeah.
I did a base building guide and then I did a best base locations. That was probably my best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about. I don't really have a favorite.
Okay.
That was my best. Yeah, those two.
Did you play the mod at all?
I didn't at all.
There's a lot of us who haven't, mate.
Yeah, so I started.
Like, mate, you would have been about 12 or 13 when the mod was
I know.
in its
So
heyday.
it's probably better. Exactly. So no, I didn't. But I mean, so many people tell me how amazing it was. So I missed out on that, unfortunately.
What is it? You said DayZ's your favourite game. What is it about DayZ that makes you love it so much?
I think I mean, there's so many amazing things that I've done that no other game will, I mean, give me. I mean, it's like these kind of encounters I will get into. I mean, there's just nothing else. There really isn't. There's no other game out there that I get the thrill I could do, in DayZ.
Yep.
I mean, if it's been trapped in a building or whatever, it's just like you're so scared for your life and everything that you've worked. You don't get the fear in kind of other games like you do in DayZ. That's probably why.
Yeah. I totally understand that feeling.
Sure.
If you could add anything to the game, what would it be and why?
Good question. I think someone's asked me this quite a few times. I would definitely add a new map. I think that would. I mean, I know there's new ones coming, but I feel like that's why I'm so excited for the mouth.
Yeah.
Is just, I mean, playing, on Chernarus for so long.
Yep.
It gets kind of. It just like, I mean, I know everywhere I'm going. There's nowhere I can explore and just be like, oh, look at that, or do you know what I mean? So definitely a new map, a brand new map with new terrain and everything. That would be.
Have you played Deer Isle?
Yeah. I have. I did try. I haven't. I really want to play it again. I do want to play it again. I briefly went on it, but it looks great.
Yep.
It's a good map.
Who is your favourite DayZ content creator?
I would probably. I mean, it's very close. I would probably say Toprak. I think he's got such a good mix. I mean, he's hilarious. I find him hilarious.
Oh yeah.
He's got some really, intense, good videos, like exciting videos. But then he's got the memorable moments that is just, it's very funny. He's very entertaining. So I'd probably say him.
Yep. Status reports. Did you read them when they were delivering them?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of them?
I thought they were. I mean, I thought they were good. It was a good kind of having that communication there every. I mean, was it a month? I think, or how often would they do it? I can't even remember now.
Every fortnight.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I felt like I found myself when reading them kind of disappointed. Kind of too often. So, I'm not too bothered about them not doing them.
Okay.
Anymore, actually. Yeah.
What, if any, advice would you give to the dev team if they happen to watch this interview?
Oh my gosh, good question. I'm not sure. I don't know. You may have to come back to me on that one. I don't know.
No, that's all right. If you don't have anything, yeah, probably the best answer I've ever had. I think it was the Running Man who said it, but I would never deign to tell them what to do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the best answer I've had.
That really is. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to second that one.
So, what's your biggest gripe with DayZ? What pisses you off the most?
Oh. I think it's definitely the zombies. I think it's definitely the zombies. In fact, no, maybe it's more of the being hit. Happens too often. I get shot once, and I'll drop with one shot, and I couldn't even explain it to myself how. I mean, with a plate carrier, shot in the chest, I couldn't even explain. That's probably the number one. It's just it ending so quickly, not even having a chance to do anything. So.
I understand it, but for me, that's one of the things I love about DayZ. You just never know. It's not like in PUBG where if you've got a level 3 helmet and level 3 armor, pretty much anything bar someone with an arm, you're going to be safe. DayZ, there's been patches where it's been really bad, but there's got to be that randomness that, the bullet went under your arm and hit your heart. or something along those
Yeah.
lines. It was annoying when they had all the vital organs in and everyone was just fucking dying from one
Oh god.
22
Yeah.
shot. But
Yeah.
there's always got to be that, as frustrating as it is, and you can rage with the best of them, but there's got to be
Yeah.
that fear that I could die without even knowing what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I do agree. I think it's just the kind of unexplainable ones.
Yeah, it's
I could
frustrating.
mention. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most in DayZ?
Definitely. I was saying it earlier. Definitely. Definitely a new map.
Yeah.
I just want a new experience. Be able to explore somewhere, not know where I am. I would love that to experience that again. Not know where I've spawned in.
Yeah. How would you describe your style of play?
Um, I'd say I feel like I get quite impatient. So I'm not the person to um I'd say I'm not the person to kind of wait for someone to leave a building. I'd probably rather rush in,
Yep.
if that makes sense. So maybe I guess on the aggressive side. But then sometimes I can play slow. But sniping is not really my thing. I'd rather just an AR running around.
So you're more of a
Um,
PvPer.
I think so, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people do you like to see per server?
Um, say 80.
80 is your magic
Probably,
mark?
it is. It is. Same.
Yeah.
Um,
How long have you been playing DayZ for?
um. So it was. It was May 2014
Yep.
is when I got the game, and since then, I mean, it's if you look at my Steam library, I mean, there's no other game that is anywhere near,
Yeah.
um, how many hours I've played to DayZ. So and I played it, all throughout. I don't think I've ever had a break
Has your
in
style
the
of
game.
play changed at all over the years?
I don't think so. I think it's always been the same. It's always been.
Always been an aggressive.
I actually, yeah. I think well, it's because when you mentioned PvP, it's because I used to play on DayZ RP, and
Yep.
I had like a group and everything there. So I actually very much enjoyed that. Um, but I think all throughout my years, it's been PvP based
Yep.
for me.
What's the most memorable moment you've ever had playing DayZ?
Um, so it was actually on DayZ RP.
Mm-hmm.
It was we used to have this huge group, this massive group um, on that server, and we were protecting the prison island. So we literally, for like 24 hours, we would have someone there protecting that island.
Yep.
And then once, I mean, this is like 30 of us, and then once it was taken over by another group, and then a few days later, we got all of us together, literally 30 of us, and we all had this whole plan of how we would take it back. We just sieged the island, took it all back, and it was great. I always remember that.
That would have been a pretty epic thing, swimming across and...
I know, yeah.
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 Is that a video of yours?
It's not.
Ah,
Unfortunately, it's not.
bugger.
I think someone did record it. Someone did. Maybe I'll find it.
If you do, send it through to me and I'll link it in the video so people can watch it if they're
yes.
interested.
Definitely.
So, I've got a feeling you're going to say maps again, so I'm going to rule that out. What else are you most looking forward to in regards to modding?
Okay, so the expansion. This is quite a predictable answer, I think. I mean, the expansion.
Yeah, the
mod.
expansion project,
That
yep.
is very. Yeah, so that's very. I'm quite skeptical around, the helicopter, just because I just feel like, I mean, you look at cars at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine a helicopter would be pretty bad, but I'm excited. I am excited about that
Yep.
specific.
Have you played any other DayZ style games? Scum and Rust and...
Yeah, so I played Sky, was all part of that hype at the beginning of Scum.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. There was something about it that I couldn't stick to.
Yeah.
I still don't know what it was. But also I think Rust I've played, maybe a couple of 100 hours. I'd love to get back into that. I've seen all the updates they're doing. That's one game I'd start doing.
Yep. What is it about DayZ that separates it from those games, in your opinion?
I mean, um, I think it's just how it, although it may seem as if you're running up into running, so whatever you want to say about it. I mean, every time you spawn in, you respawn. I mean, it is like a different story. That's what I love,
Yep.
and that's what I think they kind of spoke about, or voiced in that trailer they did for the Xbox. It is like, I mean, it's always a new story.
Yeah.
Um,
You talk about the live action trailer?
I think that is yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just always something. I mean, not always, but most of the time, it's just coming completely different. Every character. So that's what I'd say.
Yep. Okay, we are now on to the rapid fire questions. So just say the first thing that pops into your mind. You ready?
Yep.
Favorite long range weapon?
Winchester.
Least favorite long range weapon?
Mosin.
Favorite automatic weapon?
M4.
Least favorite automatic weapon?
UMP.
KOS?
Yeah, yes.
First person or third person?
First person.
Favorite server?
The Nest.
Favorite place on the map?
Northwest Airfield.
Public or private?
Private.
Marry, fuck, kill, Tope wreck, baby nades, barely infected.
Oh god. Maybe I'd say I'd probably fuck Tope. Marry baby nades, kill barely infected.
Oh dear Lord! You see, I was going to stick with always asking barely infected until someone said killing, because I honestly didn't think anyone, other than maybe Danny Boy, would kill
really?
Renee.
Do you know? Okay, the only reason I don't know if he likes me or not. That's why. So, but he's a really nice guy. Like, I feel now you make me feel terrible saying that.
Well, it's kind of funny. I'm going to cut you off there because we're now on to the viewer questions, and guess who we're starting with?
Yeah.
Barely infected.
Yeah.
So this is where things get more serious now, mate. We've done the light and fluffy stuff.
No, yeah.
We're into the nitty gritty of it. So barely infected left a comment. He said it's not specifically a question, but I feel like JLK tried to dodge the bullet by not addressing the admin abuse on his YouTube channel. Now, actually, before we read the rest of it, we should probably address the matter. One of the main reasons why JLK agreed to do the interview is there was an incident a couple of months back. Would you like to explain what happened?
Yeah. So I think it's 2 months. It's over 2 months. I uploaded this video. Kind of halfway into it, there's a moment where I see a squad, and I opened like a map. I mean, it's essentially ESP, showing exactly their location. Then I closed it, continued on. Then I think someone pointed out, went all over Reddit. I took the video down, and that's how it all kind of spread around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go back to Renee's question. Or it's not a question, but his statement. But he said he feels like you tried to dodge the bullet by not addressing the admin abuse on your own YouTube channel. He says, why not be a man and own up for it on your channel? It doesn't feel fair to me. He and all the others that cheated make people distrust DayZ YouTube creators and server owners in general. And dodging the bullet doesn't help with that. I'm not mad or anything. It's just so disappointing, and he hopes you never do it again. So he does actually ask a question in there. Why didn't you put something on your own channel talking about it?
Definitely. So everything he said, I completely agree with. Think so even being a man about it, just owning up. So I did a post about it saying I'll explain.
Yep, which I'll link to in the description.
Yeah. But I mean, so I actually reached out to a few other kind of YouTubers, and a lot of them actually did advise me to do a post on Reddit. Um, and I I have quite a lot of guilt. I think when it, regarding my channel, I should have told my viewers this. I should have made it more clear on my channel. Even though pretty much, I mean, almost everyone knew about it. Um, and I agree with him. I think I was in panic mode. I kind of obviously nothing like this ever happened, you know, before. Um, and I was panicking pretty much. I didn't know what to do. So I think I was just too nervous to just, do you know what I mean? I was too nervous to do,
But
and
you've
I
had a
really
couple of
should have
months
done it.
now.
And I exactly, yeah. Um, I mean, I should have done it. I really should have. That's kind of one of my regrets there.
I'm honestly going to say to you, like, obviously we're going to release this interview on that,
Sure.
but I honestly think, and actually, I'll continue this point after we do the rest of the comments and questions.
Yeah.
Remind me of this point. Dilbert Usi comes in with basically it's another comment just saying he doesn't think it's worth interviewing you personally. All this will do is give you more publicity,
Yeah.
and you know what they say, even bad publicity is good publicity. Aside from that, he says he'll
Sure.
likely watch this like many of my other videos, but unlike the other videos where you interview people I would like to hear from, he says he's going to be taking anything you say with a grain of salt. More of a morbid curiosity of what he has to say about the
Yeah.
tough questions that he hopes that I'm going to ask. That's probably something that is going to be a bit of a recurring theme. How can we
Sure.
trust what you're saying is true?
Um. I mean, think I'm. I mean, all I could do is just be as honest as I can, I guess. I feel like you know it's something that I don't think you can just suddenly start trust. I mean, I've got to just build this up,
Yep.
this trust amongst people, and if people don't trust me, I completely. I mean, I respect that. I'm not going to try and change your mind at all.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I feel like it's just see that I'm better than this because I mean, I stream everything I do. All of my footage is completely live streamed. Um, hopefully, see that what I'm saying is sincere. I guess. Other than that, I'm really not sure. I think it's guess something over time that trust can be made again. If that makes sense.
Okay. Kerbo, have you heard of Kerbo?
Um, don't think so. Probably
He's
have actually.
he's another very upstanding member of the DayZ community that a lot of people
Sure.
look up to.
Okay.
He makes the comment, once a cheater, always a cheater.
Right. Okay.
So to elaborate on that,
Right.
have you ever cheated before?
Um, I on other games, um, I know for a fact I've never cheated in any other game. Um,
Not even when you were a
before.
13-year-old or a 14-year-old? Yeah, like
I play
back
games.
back in my day, they used to sell these books which had cheat codes to games, and they sold like fucking hotcakes. How to put
Yeah.
yourself into God mode and all the rest of it. When you're young, that's what you do. So what you're telling me
Sure.
is that you've never cheated before.
I mean, I think in the the single player. I mean, Lego Indiana Jones, whatever. Like I've done that. I mean, I've cheated on that. You know the codes,
Yep.
whatever. I've done that. Um, it's. I mean, I've a lot of my years playing games. It's been on Xbox. I mean, I didn't even know you could cheat on on Xbox. So no, that's something I always. I mean, on other games, never. I've got a clean Steam profile since I've started
So no
playing
back
PC.
bans or anything like that.
Nope.
Cam can't run. Did you find that after you cheated once, you couldn't play the game normally? Now he expands on this and says a lot of cheaters are consumed by their addiction to gameplay after realizing how quickly they can get it while cheating. I was just curious if once you started cheating, you couldn't stop.
Right. Okay. Um, this is something I thought I would probably talk about later on. I guess I could bring it up now.
Yep.
Um, this is just overall of what happened. So since this happened, I I've never kind of thought to myself, I wish I didn't mess. I wish I didn't screw up like that. And I've never thought like that because in a way, this sounds odd, but in a way, I'm kind of glad that it happened when it happened, if that makes sense.
Why's that?
Because I feel if I would have gotten away with that, I would have honestly, I mean, maybe I would have continued doing it, you know?
So,
Um,
what you're expecting us to believe is that you got caught the first time you tried it.
okay, so this is what I don't think people understand. Is it wasn't this one moment that it happened. It was pretty much throughout that video. It wasn't this one time, if that makes sense.
So, in the very first time
It was
that
throughout the video.
that very first
Yep.
time you used it, you screwed up and you got caught using it.
So
You'd never done it before.
so in a video. Okay, so excluding events is something I always stand for. Excluding events, there's not a single time I can remember where I've used it aggressively against players. Does that make sense?
So you
I
have
for
used it
events, setting up
before,
events.
but you never used it.
For sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've used it to because I set up events. People know that I've done pretty much most of the events I've set up myself.
Yep.
And I get the people to. In fact, I actually get the. So if it's a kind of I guess like people defending something, so I will place it there.
Yep.
Like the containers or whatever. I'll get the people together, give them gear, that kind of thing. Excluding that, I there's not a single time I remember using it aggressively like that, like I did in that video. If that makes sense.
Okay. He also makes a comment that he says, and even to this day, I understand you don't care about general population because you've got your own supporters, but how can you convince anyone you don't cheat in every single video you post?
Well, I stream everything I do. Stream it. I live stream it. So I've got an unlisted link with the entire thing. That's one that this is a big part of me, like moving forward from this, is I want to live stream, and this is how I'm planning to regain trust with people. Is I live stream everything I do every time I play the game, and and every video that I put on, it is live streamed. So, I guess that's the way, that kind of a way you could trust. I mean, you could go watch the whole thing if you'd like, but
Okay. AK40 Kevin says, is it frustrating to know that even when you use cheats, you potentially can still lose because you're causing you to continue to cheat?
wait, say that one again. Sorry.
Is it frustrating to know that even when you use cheats, you potentially can still lose, causing you to continue to cheat?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you mean exactly. What does that mean?
Basically, he's saying that do you still cheat because you know that you can still lose, so you're still trying to get that advantage.
Oh, I see. No, I mean, I don't have any perms to leave everything to the admins on my side. I don't even play on.
I'm gonna ask something now. One of my questions, but I think now's a good time to ask it. So you're an admin of Nest?
No. It's Endzone.
Endzone. Sorry, you're an admin of Endzone.
Well, I mean, I'm the owner of Endzone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you still have all the powers of an admin?
I do not. No. That's what I gave away. I'm pretty much as soon as it's happened. I completely stripped my perms in game and even out game. Any ticket, it's all dealt with an admin. I've got a manager telling, my staff what to do exactly, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I've got a guy that pretty much, I mean, he's monitoring what is done in game by the admins. It's COT is what's used by the admins.
Yep.
And he's actually monitoring what they do as well. So we've got a whole system in place. but I just don't have time to do any adminning anymore. So yeah.
So people playing on that server then can feel confident that if they were to encounter you, it's a genuine encounter then.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when I do play on it, it's not as, I because I'm stream now, so obviously if I'm playing on the same server, I guess stream snipers, I've experienced that a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying different servers, and I want a different experience to to one server.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, Chris Chambers comes in with a comment basically saying, I'm actually shocked there are so many streamers and content creators you could interview who are positive for the community. To go for someone who uses admin tools against unknowing players and someone who stream snipes. Sorry, boy, he had the chance to address it himself and didn't, apart from a shitty Reddit post. Anything he says is going to be bullshit. So that brings up the stream sniping incident with the running mans.
Yep.
You want to tell us what happened?
Yeah. So I was on the experimental server, and it was a first-person one. And there's only one experimental first-person server that's populated, if that gives you an idea, and it's a 60 pop. So I was with my friend. I logged in about, I think, about 30 to 25 to 30 minutes prior to me actually running into him. Before then, I was kind of coming in and out of streams on Twitch. Just popping in and out, and decided to get on DayZ and got it with my friend.
Now, let's just specify there, the stream you were popping in and out of was the Running Man's.
Oh, yeah, so it was the Running Man's, yes. So him and some others, but yeah, he was one of the people that I was popping in and out of.
While you were playing?
No. So I stopped, and then about maybe 10 minutes later, I remember getting in game. I got on with my friend. Fortunately, I started recording everything that had happened. We were running around. I had a VSS. I had two VSS actually, and I was trying to stash it somewhere. We couldn't do it at the end, so we made our way towards kind of Cabinino area, or like the low walls, and we see a guy running, or we hear a guy running towards us. So we hold him up. I knew instantly it was him. I knew instantly it was him. He's got a very distinct voice. We had another VSS. I don't know. We just didn't want to drop it. It's super rare. So I just thought, screw it. Give it to him. And yes, it was because it was him. It was because it was him. That's why we gave it to him. I admit that. Because I just thought, why not just give it to him, right? And then I find out that so then we both die very quickly, literally like 5 minutes in. I go back on his stream and just to see what's going on, and then I put like I died as well or something in his chat, and then on his Discord, and then I wake up the next morning and find out that Discord's not there on my list. So I tweet him, ask him what's going on. Kind of annoyed because I feel like I had a feeling they'd thought I was stream sniping. And a few days later, I sent out my evidence, and I'm no longer banned. So I respect the mods. I respect their decision completely. I saw the logs of me going in and out. I know how suspicious it looked. But I sent my evidence. I knew it was completely clean. So that was that. So I'm not banned. I'm not banned for stream sniping anymore.
I think for someone like you, mate, because of what happened, people are going to jump to conclusions. So if anything, you've got to be squeaky fucking clean.
Definitely. I know. That was a terrible thing to kind of happen. I guess I shouldn't be going anywhere, and from now on I don't go anywhere near Twitch. Videos is kind of what I do when I'm in game, just kind of chilling or waiting to join it, if that makes sense. But Twitch, I don't go anywhere near Twitch while I'm on DayZ, because I just
Joel Dino comes in with a comment as well. This was I was having quite a long conversation with a few people in the comments. He says, Boydie, what the hell did you expect? You're going to interview a cheater that uses admin tools for content, and when he was on the experimental patch, he didn't have those tools and had to stream snipe for content. His viewers are
Sure.
probably young boys with no morals and ethics who don't care how he does it, and some leeches who think they can get bigger on Twitch by licking his ass. The people that will watch it will be some of the young boys, and the rest is going to be the ones who want to hear his bullshit about how he is a better man now, and so on. Don't understand that you're... Yeah, I don't need to read the rest. It's about me. That's the sort of vibe out there that you've got to work out how to counter.
Yeah.
Foxy Pope comes in with a comment to sort of come off of that. Was it worth it? Was it worth the better angle?
That is a bit of a meme going around at the moment. The angle meme.
Yeah.
Which it's annoying that, because I mean it's like a common thing you'd say when PvPing, and I can't say it anymore. I really struggled to say it without. Anyway, was it worth? I mean, I don't know. Do you want an actual response to this?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not. No.
Yep.
Definitely not. No, not at all.
Because as you
For a
saw with
video, no,
Jordino's
not
comments,
at all.
you've really lost some people.
I know.
You were getting quite a
And
name, and
Sure. And I respect that. I mean, I know he probably hates me, but I respect that. That's his opinion. You know, I'm not gonna try and change him, because he has every right to hate me, and I'm not gonna try and change it. I'm not gonna defend myself, because I know I'm a piece of shit for what I did. I know that. I really know that. And I'm not gonna try and change people's minds. You know. So I respect that. I respect that opinion.
Ace Whittles. Ace is one of the members of the admin team behind probably one of the if not the most famous DayZ server, DayZ Underground.
Okay. Yeah.
What steps is
Of
JLK?
course. Yes.
Sorry.
No. Okay. No. Of course. Dayz Underground.
Yep.
Go on.
What steps is JLK going to take to create accountability for himself? Now, you've mentioned a few things that you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
How are we going to know you're doing it?
Well, I mean, as I said, I'm starting to live stream. Everything I do, you know, people can clarify that. Every video I make is live streamed to, you know, hundreds of people. You know, I mean, I think just being respectful in what people think in the community. You know, I mean, I feel like I'm quite an opinionated person. I like to just say my opinion, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Rather than be kind of more respectful, and that's something I've always done. But I feel like if I take a more respectful approach, you know, and just, I don't know, humble myself by all of this, I guess that's the only way moving forward.
Rap Plays comes in with a question. Was there any other accounts of you abusing in any shape or form that you want to come out and apologise for? Now, I'm going to add a caveat to that. This is the internet. This is the modern day. If there's anything else out there, it will be found. Is there anything else that you would like to?
Yeah. Okay. So this is one thing in terms of in game. I'll say this again. It's what I always stand by. I've never used tools to aggressively like I did, but excluding setting up events, that kind of thing. I don't remember any times. I'd always make sure that I don't, you know, because I always feel like I'm being watched, even when I'm not even recording or anything. So I don't want to, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to risk it. I think so. In a video, the only thing I've done, I think, so in videos, what I have done is, I think maybe one or two, which I don't see it as too bad. But I think if I die with a character, if I've got one character, I will kind of, I think maybe in offline mode, make it seem as if I lived and then I've gone to a different character. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's not scripting. It's not me scripting. So, you know, obviously people will always call you out for scripting stuff. That a lot of YouTubers know that. I've never scripted anything. I know that for a fact. I've never scripted any of my content. I find it a lot easier just playing the game and getting into these encounters organically. But in terms of in my videos, I've made it seem as if I've lived and moved from one if that makes sense, from one character to the next, just to make it more of a story instead of it just ending abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's maybe one or twice I think I've done that. Which I don't think is terrible. It's more for the story itself, the video.
Look, we all know Frankie
But I don't
scripted
know.
as well, so I
Oh
don't
yeah, for
think too
sure.
many
Yeah.
people are gonna hang you for that. But
I've-
yeah, it's good that you've just come out and said it. So
Yeah.
the last question is the question that was asked at the end of my last interview. Reminder: what did you learn from this
Yeah.
experience?
I well, just to be as authentic and honest in all of my videos in the future.
I actually would have paid it if you'd said, and I know this will probably upset some people, but I do have a rather black sense of humour. Double check my editing.
Oh my god. Well, okay. I mean, I don't. I no. I think honestly, it would be just to be as authentic, make sure my content is all as
Yeah.
authentic and honest as possible, and me be an honest person. Moving forward. That is 100% what I take from this.
Now we're into my questions. Then I actually didn't have a lot because I've been.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait until
Sure.
I heard the questions and your responses. There's a few I've got
Yep.
here, but one I want to touch on. I checked your stats on Social Blade, and it honestly doesn't
Yep.
seem like this drama has hurt you.
Um. It hasn't as much as it should have maybe.
I would agree with that.
Has well, I mean, I guess it's been 2 months since then. I've been working hard to get these videos out and to grow. I did it honestly. I mean, I was very underwhelmed with how it really wasn't too bad of a hit, which people aren't gonna really want to hear. And it should have been worse. I admit that. I'll be
Honestly, I
honest.
don't think um, the the people who are upset about this, and I'm not belittling it in any way because I was pissed off when I heard about it as well. But
Yeah, yeah,
it seems to be the majority of DayZ fans are
yep,
in a different bubble to the likes of those of us who've made all these comments. We're all on Twitter, we're all on Reddit. A lot of people
sure,
aren't
yeah,
in those groups. A lot of people are just subscribed on YouTube. They're subscribed on, and this comes back to what Renee said. In that,
yeah,
I said I was going to touch on this, bring it up again, but I honestly think you should do a video yourself. And the reason for that is
true,
you're young yourself, and as much as it's fucked up what you did, it's a fucking stupid thing to do. And if you were my son,
yeah,
I probably would have said, "What the fuck are you doing, you fucking idiot?" That's a few too many
yeah,
fuckings. I'm probably going to get demonetized on this video, but so be it.
yeah,
You've got a lot of young fans yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, this is
I,
your
I,
chance
I
to
guess.
set an example and basically say it's not fucking worth it.
No, yeah. I mean, it's really. I feel like no matter what happens, I mean, you're gonna get caught. I mean, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I think the only way to really succeed, and have trust with people,
Are you banned
is
from
just
any
by putting
service?
out. I no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Again,
Um,
if there's any
I'm trying to
well,
think.
I
No,
know
no, I'm
quite a
trying to
few
think.
server owners do watch my videos, so if there is, they'll probably comment and that. So yeah.
I think in the past, I think I'm banned on DayZ Underground. I think I had a situation like definitely. I mean, we're talking at least 3 years ago.
Yep.
I think maybe DayZ Underground, but then obviously I think they share the same ban list with Village, Spaggy servers.
Yep.
But other than that, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. But correct me if I'm wrong. Do if anyone knows, correct me.
No one really asked this, but I want to
Yeah.
know, why did you do it?
Um. So. Uh. Think. I've got an account that I've got. Um. there's an account. So I've got an account that I've got COT, which I use obviously for setting up events, helping people when there's no other admins, that kind of thing. I'd helped a group or 2 people, and I was still on the account. Huge queue. I was not bothered at all to change, so or switch accounts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I realized I had it. I thought maybe I just thought I could get away. I thought I could get away with it. That's all. Without having to. Yeah, without having to change accounts, pretty much. Why?
Silly boy, aren't you?
I really am. I deserve it. Yeah.
But you are young, mate. We all make mistakes. Anyone who says anyone who says they have it is a fucking liar. It's how you bounce back from it. It's what you do afterwards that defines the man you will become. I'm going to say it again. I think you should do a video. I know it's been a while, but I really think you should do a video just talking about it. Show the footage in the video. Explain to your fans why you did it, why it's wrong. I don't know how much you know. I'm only a very small fry channel, but I made a video why lone wolves need a second account for DayZ, probably about 2 to 3 years ago. Basically, I was cheating and didn't realize I was cheating, and I got fucking hammered. I posted it. I was so proud of this fucking video. I have a second account. If I die at the Northwest Airfield, I can switch accounts, jump to my second account, jump straight back in and get into the middle of the firefight. This is when PvP was all the rage a few years back at the Northwest Airfield on the Pipsi servers. And mate, people fucking roasted me. Absolutely fucking roasted me. They went ballistic at me. Basically what you're doing is ghosting. And I was like, what?
Okay.
And they said, yeah, you're logging in. They've killed you. They know they've killed you. When a firefight's happening, you're hearing shots here, you're hearing shots there. You may see someone there, you may see someone there. So you're gathering information about the battlefield. Then all of a sudden, you log into that battle with a second account. They've had no understanding of knowing was in the vicinity. No chance to know you were there. Yet you've gained all that information from before you died. I was blown away. I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, I've been cheating. So that video is still up on my channel. Plus, I made a response, and on the Reddit post that people did, I replied to every single person, and I had people telling me to fucking die of cancer and all sorts of shit. But I replied to every single person, apologised, and just basically admitted I'm a fucking idiot. I'd never thought of it that way. And then did a video up, basically, and I read out the comments that people said. And other than saying, please don't wish me to have cancer, that's a fucking horrible thing to say. But you're right. I just didn't know. I was wrong. And to nearly every single person who said those horrible things to me, to bar one person, I think, they all actually apologised and thanked me for responding. It's probably, if someone was to ask me the video I'm most proud of, I'd probably say my response to the Lone Wolf video. I did another video where I basically extolled loot cycling. And I just didn't think of it, but I left it up on my channel because it defined the person I'd become. Have I apple glitched? Of course I fucking apple glitched. Do I apple glitch on the village? No. The village is not the server for that. The village is a more hardcore, true experience. Would I apple glitch on DayZ Down Under, the server I play on now, if you could do it? No. Because it's a more hardcore experience. But if I jump on a PvP server, fuck yeah, I'm going to apple glitch. If you could do it now. But I don't know how to do any of the glitches. I don't ever actively seek out how to learn that stuff. But coming back to you, mate, you need to own it. You need to do a response. I know it's been a while, and as some people have said, you had your chance. Well, no, you haven't had your chance. If you never do anything about it, then you've had your chance. But you've got a chance to post something up and just put it on Reddit. Let them fucking roast you. But you'll feel better for yourself for doing it, in my opinion. You got nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Sure. I'll definitely. I mean, yeah, I definitely will look at, because I've had mixed, like, replies. I mean, some people have told me to do a Reddit post. Actually, most people told me to do Reddit
Yep.
about it. That's why. And I was, as I said, I was in panic mode. I didn't know what to do.
This comes back to what I was saying, though, about the fans in the different bubbles. The majority of fans aren't in the bubble of Reddit. They're not in the bubble of Twitter. So you need to reach out to those fans who don't do Reddit, who don't do Twitter, and just post something up, just so that they know that what you did was silly. Some of them will say, some of them won't care. Some of them will say, don't care either way. But it's for those who are on the fence about it, or those who are disappointed with you in it. They're the ones who, it'll mean a lot to.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely look into doing something like, I want to work out exactly what it will be and how I will do it.
Let's put it out to the people who are going to watch this. I'll try to remember to put a poll in, because you could do a poll on YouTube. Vote yes or no whether you reckon that he should do a response video talking about this himself. And honestly, I'm going to say this again, I reckon it'd be a great time for you to do a face reveal. Let people actually see you and see the genuine. That's why I asked if you wanted to do this, but I know you haven't done a face reveal yet. But I think it'd be a great way to do it. It'd mean a lot to people, because what do they say, 90% of what you take in is body language, as opposed to the 10% of what people actually say.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it, but that's for you to decide, mate. That's your call.
Right.
You are single, so if you're a good-looking fella, might get you some.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely looking to do something.
Okay.
Something I want to think about.
Before we move on to the final questions, I'm just going to say this: you're a dickhead for doing it, but you're also a good bloke for doing this interview, so you could talk about it and get on the record for what you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people thinking about buying DayZ?
I'd say if you can see past all the bugs, the glitches, if you're happy dying, losing everything you worked hours for, sometimes, literally to a glitch, then I would definitely recommend. If you can see past all the bugs, I definitely think it's worth. For sure, yeah.
In your opinion, is DayZ the game you hoped it would be when you first started playing?
That's a good question. Another good question. I think so. I do think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I'm very happy with the new engine player controller. Very happy about it. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Last question for you, mate. What can we expect from you in the future?
Loads of DayZ content. Hopefully move to Twitch in the future. Different games. I'm thinking maybe like a series eventually.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, definitely that.
JLK, buddy, thank you so much for doing this. I hope people enjoyed it as much as we can enjoy talking about something like this. Sure. But folks, the next Spotlight interview, I'm actually going to disappoint some of you here again, I reckon. I'm actually doing an Xbox streamer. Don Sibley Games, he's an Aussie. This is prompted by one of my role models, one of my mentors. I talk to him quite frequently through Twitter. That's Barely Infected. He suggested that I should reach out to our console brothers and sisters. I think I mentioned this in the previous interview. To celebrate it as well, we're also going to be giving away a copy of DayZ on Xbox, thanks to the team at the DayZ who sent me a code in the lovely gift box that they sent me. As always, if there's anything you want to ask, I don't know about you, JLK, but I'm very interested in how the game's being received on console. I'm not hearing good things.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm very on.
Massive duping and ghosting issues from what I'm hearing.
I know. Hear it everywhere.
Have you played it on console at all?
I don't have a console to play. I probably wouldn't even if I had Xbox.
Yep.
And DayZ.
Yep. Like I said in the last interview, though, I'm just amazed they got it working on the console.
I know.
I thought it would be like 10
Well,
frames a second, but it looks great. It's just those technical bugs that we had years ago, duping and ghosting and all the rest of it before private servers and that. So, yeah. Mate, thank you once again. Last word for you. Anything you'd like to say?
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. So glad to be able to do this. And I guess a final apology to everyone I've let down. Content creators, viewers. But hopefully you can see the better side of it. Yep.
No worries, then, mate. Thank you once again. All the best and ciao for now. G'day everybody. So as I hinted at with asking you to watch through to after the credits have rolled, I have started something that I want to share with you guys and girls out there who've supported me all this time, and that's going to be something called the Mug Club. What is the Mug Club? Well, it's a way for you to support the DayZ Spotlight series or the Spotlight series. By purchasing one of the mugs you can see on the screen, whether it be the actual Spotlight one or if you really love me, the Boydie73 mug. The money that is raised from that I'm going to be trying to use as much as possible to go back into doing giveaways like I've done in the past with the Spotlight series of interviews. I've always funded those out of my own pocket. I decided now that, why not throw it out there and see if there's some people out there who are willing to help support what I've been doing with the community. Plus, as you can also hear, there's a very annoying hum in the background. My PC, I put it in a while back to get some upgrades done to it. I wasn't happy with the work they did, and yes, I've got that very loud hum now, so I'm going to have to get it in to get repaired again soon to work out what is causing it and get rid of it, because quite frankly I'm just not happy with the audio quality from my interviews. I've managed to get a noise gate now which reduces it, but yeah, it's not the best look for something that I'm trying to do as professionally as possible, as you can with a face like mine. God knows why I ever did a webcam, but that's by the way. So, link in the description, also up on the screen there, of where you can go to buy these mugs. I've got some other stuff there as well, but it's primarily the mugs that will get you into the Mug Club. And what will happen at the end of every interview is a screen will come up which is going to show all of who my supporters are. I've got one already, and that's my good mate Vanguard, who as soon as I put some merch up a while back, he jumped on and bought it, because that's just the sort of bloke he is. He's a decent fella. Another way you can also help support is by jumping over to twitch.tv/Boydie73. I'm now streaming more often, most weekdays from 9 AM until 12 midday, and I'm also going to try and squeeze some nighttime ones in there, Australian time that is, where possible, just as long as it doesn't eat into my family time too much with the missus and the young fella. So, merch, link in the description, twitch.tv/Boydie73. You can come over and watch me make a fool of myself, getting locked inside buildings like I am at the moment because the stupid padlocks are not working properly. But I hope to see you all there, and I hope to see some people posting up on Twitter or on Facebook on my page there, or wherever, showing themselves having a cuppa with a Spotlight thermal mug, or just listening to the Spotlight interviews in general. All the best, and ciao for now.